The topic is how to read an Excel file, right?
Yes, sir.
In Python. So we already have our Excel file, right? Our data file, data.xlsx, in which there is one column which is named as result, and the data inside this, that is okay, 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 not okay, not okay, okay, not okay, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
what we want to do, we want to parse this whole file and we want to print those records that have the value not okay inside of them, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how do we do it? We do it with the help of a library called pandas library, right? And we can install that on the internet, and we can also look into this, and we can see how to read this file using pandas, right? So first, let's do one thing.
Yes.
Let's install pandas. So I'll say pip install pandas. Okay, let it install until then. I'll just import pandas as PD. Okay, short form PD is short form. Then I'll say data is equals to PD dot read underscore Excel, right? Then I need to give the name
Yes,
of the
sir.
file. The name of the file is data.xlsx, right? And then
Yes,
I'll say
sir.
not console.log. I'll say print data, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll run
Sir,
this.
so data is a variable.
Data is a variable, right? I'll
Sir,
print.
what is this that you have opened here?
Okay, we have 1 second. We have one more library that we installed, which is known as OpenPyXL, right? So we'll install that also. Okay, yeah, you are asking something.
Sir, what is that you have opened, like the black one that you are installing this thing?
This is the command line, right? Windows command line. So you can just go in there and write CMD, and you have the command line, right?
Yes, sir.
Although you can do it on VS Code also, since you like working on VS Code only, I'll show you how to do that. I'll run it again, and you can see that we are getting the data back, right? What
Yes,
we
sir.
what we need only this result. Okay, so let's say result underscore column. We'll create another variable. I'll say that is equals to data of result. What this will do, this data here, this variable, this is actually
Yes, sir.
something known as a data frame. Okay, what is a data frame? Data frame is sort of an Excel file only, right? But you can have access to different columns and rows inside of a data frame. It's very complicated thing, but in a very small and simple manner, you can say a data frame is an Excel file in a Python program. Okay, and you can access the data within it by referring it to like this. So I want to access the result column, so I'll say result, right, and store it inside result underscore column. Copy this, I'll paste it here, and I'll run this again. Right. Now you can still see, still we do not have array. We need an array, right? And still it is not returning back to an array. You can see the data type is showing as object, not an array. So how do we do
Yes,
that?
sir. And yes, no, sir, you're going to make an array.
Yeah. So how do we do that? We explicitly specify list out of this outside this statement in which we are fetching the data of the result column, and we write just list, and this is going to convert into a list and return it back inside the variable known as result. So result underscore column, and that is going to give us a list. So if I run it again, you can see now we have a list or an array, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what we need to do? We need to pass through this whole list, okay, and print those records that have not okay inside of them. So if result of column, okay, I'll say 0. If result of column is not equal to okay, we'll say print I plus 1, comma, record is not okay, like this.
Yes, sir.
And of course, we will need to say I is equals to I plus 1. If we don't say that, it will go into an infinite loop. If we run it again, 1 is not okay, 2 is not okay, nothing is okay. What happened? If result underscore column of I, okay, of ith element, we are trying to access the ith element. Right? Fourth record is not okay, fifth record is not okay, seventh record is not okay, right? All other are okay. You can see
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, fourth record, okay, 5, okay, 6, not 6 is not here, 7th record is here. 4, 5, and 7 record are not okay. So this is how we can read Excel file in Python using pandas. Okay, there are other ways also, other libraries also, but pandas is very easier to use. That's why it's also very famous. Okay, and thus we are using pandas. Now what I need to do is I will have.
And sir, what is JSON parse?
Okay, so before understanding what JSON.parse is, you have to understand what JSON is, right? What, do you know what a JSON is?
Yes, sir. No, sir. We have just heard the name, but we don't know what it is.
Okay, so this is a list, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Or an array, you can
Yes,
call it
sir.
an array or a list.
Yes, sir.
This is an integer, I equal to 3, one integer, right?
Yes, sir.
What is this then? What is this type? You can see that it is a combination of many things, right? It is a combination of a property called name, a property called clan, age, and universe, right? So we have one
Yes, sir.
object which defines all the properties of a particular thing, right? In this case, it is defining
Yes,
the
sir.
properties of a person named Tyven, right? Then his
Yes,
name is
sir.
Tyven. His clan is Lannister clan, right?
Lannister.
His age is 62. His universe is Westeros, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is what a JSON is, right? A JSON is a
Sir, what is clan?
clan. You can say the group in which he belongs, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you like it's like in the ancient times they used to call it clan, right? Which clan do you belong to? Which group do you belong to, right?
Yes, sir.
So it
So if we put in the curly, like the square and curly bracket, the one you have put, then will it be JSON?
no, this curly brackets if you put, then it is JSON. If you put square brackets, then it will not make any sense at all,
Yes, sir.
right? You can write like this, that it is a and it is an array of JSON, right? But you cannot remove that.
Yes, sir.
Actually, you will have to write like this here, an array of JSON like this. But
And sir, we had also used JSON in that the virtual reality, right?
mm-hmm. So this is basically what a JSON is, right? It's a
Yes.
it's a form for data representation, and it is used in web technologies mostly, right? So when we are sending a data from a client to a server, from one server to another server, right? Or we are storing the data in some form in our system, JSON is used a lot, right? And it's easier to access.
Yes.
So if I say that JSON looks a lot like a JavaScript object, right? So if I say like this, I'll create a JavaScript object. I'll say where let's say TW is equals to name Tyven, okay, clan Lannister, and then I'll say universe, let's say home Casterly Rock, okay. I'll leave it like this. I'll put a semicolon and I'll press enter, right? So it has defined this variable TW. Now it is very easier to access the properties inside of it. So if I just write tw.name, I'll get Tyven back. If I say tw.home, I'll get Casterly Rock back, right? So so easier to access it, right? Just write dot and then write the name of the property that you want to access, right?
Yes, sir.
And you can access it. I'm not sure if you can add one more. element inside of a universe is equals to Westeros universe. Yeah. So I added one more property. TW.universe is equals to Westeros, and if I add to TW universe from next time, I will get Westeros back, right?
Yes, sir. And if we write home, it will become the other one.
Yeah. So this is what it is. Okay. This is a JSON type. I'll remove this. We have seen how to access this. Okay, I'll modify some data inside this. So I'll say here name. Okay. And here instead of pass, I'll say pass, fail, pass, fail. Okay. In the name,
Yes.
I'm going to write Tywin, Jon Snow, Daenerys. Okay. Bran, Dart, Rob, and Arya. Okay. So I have a name of a name of number of students, and I have the result whether they are pass or fail, right? And now I want to print it here inside this console. So what I will do, I'll have to modify the logic a bit. First of all, we will check for. I will not check for anything.
Yes, sir. So you have to check for pass now. Pass and fail.
Yes. So whatever whether it is pass or whether it is fail, I'm going to print it anyway, right? And we'll have
Yes.
to take the name column also here. So name also we'll have to store. Name column, right? And here I'll say print I plus 1. Okay. Or let's say not I plus 1, but we'll say name of I. Okay. Name underscore column of I is, and we'll say result underscore column of I. Okay. And it should print this person is fail. That person is fail. That person is pass. Like that. Okay. You can see Tywin is pass. Jon Snow is pass. Daenerys is pass. Bran is fail. Eddard is pass. Rob is pass. Arya is fail. Right.
Yes, sir.
So that is how we can read a CSV file. Now we can. Yes, this is just reading a, sorry, not a CSV file but an Excel file, right? And it's much easier by using pandas, and you can see it's barely 6-7 line of code, and we are getting the data back. So what is the use of it? Let's say I have 10,000 records, right? I just have 7 records right now. What if I have 10,000 records? I store all of them inside the CSV file and this Excel file, and then I'll start reading them, and I can do whatever I want to do with them on the go. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that is all about it. I'll upload this code to GitHub and I'll give you the link so you can access it, right?